What's going on, everybody? Courtney here of Scott Financial and Care. And I wanted to just show you all a little something. This is one of the most popular fundraising websites that a lot of individuals tend to use when a loved one has passed away and they want to raise money because of the fact that they decided not to plan ahead for the unexpected. And it's astonishing how many people there is that populates in this search. Now, of course, some of these are from uh, maybe a couple months ago or just recent. Some of them are from a couple years ago. I could not really sort through the site, but still, I found it to be over a million um, fundraising available or search populating for people who did not necessarily take make the responsible steps in getting life insurance. So here I'm just going to type in funeral, and as you can see, it's showing me over 1.1 100,017 46 fundraisers just for funeral alone. Okay. Um, and obviously to protect the deceased and the family, I blurred out their faces and everything. But yes, there are some who were lucky enough to be able to raise the money to take care of the funeral and then some. But then there are a lot of them that did not raise the money needed. There are a lot of these individuals that may have had children as well, or they left behind a spouse. And it's just like, I don't understand why you all are looking at these fundraiser sites as a form of life insurance when it's not. And you're getting charged, or the organizer of the fundraiser is getting charged a lot of money just to withdraw whatever money they do raise. Whereas the beneficiary of a life policy gets that money tax free, um, and they don't have to worry about asking strangers or asking anyone in the family to help donate to the funeral of that person that has passed away. We all, those of us who are still here, we have our own financial burdens and everything like that. And yeah, it may sound a little harsh, but it's reality. We have, a lot of us don't have money unexpectedly just to pay for someone else's funeral. So I really hope, I really need people to understand the fundraiser websites are not a life insurance policy. You can get a life insurance policy, a whole life insurance policy that comes with a cash value account that allows you to earn money because it follows the S&P 500. It has a 0% or higher floor, which means that if the S&P goes into the negative, you don't get affected because you're not actually taking a risk in the stock market. So therefore, this type of policy is actually considered an asset. Um, and you can, that's some money that you can use while you're still alive. But you also have coverage so that when you are passed on, your loved ones are not left with a financial burden while they're trying to grieve your loss. And the excuse of, well, I don't have the money and this and that, like that is such a tired, lame excuse. Life insurance is so affordable. There's so many different options available. There's absolutely no reason that you shouldn't have some type of coverage. Even if you cannot get a whole life policy, you can get a term life policy and say, look, let me get a 10-year, 20-year, maybe even a 30-year policy. I would prefer, though, that you get a whole life policy because after the term is up, you're either going to go on an annual renewable term, which means that your premium will increase, or Even if you do try to get another 10 or 20-year policy, different things apply. How is your health at this point? 10, 20 years, 30 years later. And of course, it's going to cost more money because you are older. So, I just want to stress to you all, we got to stop running to these fundraiser websites as soon as someone passes away. Take the responsible step now, especially if you are a parent with a young child, or newborn, or any child that's under the age of 18 or 21. Take the responsible step and make sure that you and your children and your spouse, or just yourself, whatever, if you're, not a parent or anything like that, um, get coverage. Coverage, it can cover you from, like I said, newborn to the age of 85. Okay, so you could be 80 years old and get coverage. There's no excuse. We don't know when our time may be up on this earth. And I know for one thing, I don't want my family having to beg people for money, whether they're family or so called friends or strangers, to help bury me. The money's already there. They don't have to worry about anything. Now, if you choose to go on the fundraiser website to earn extra money for other expenses because of, maybe the life policy could not cover everything, or they couldn't get enough coverage to last at least beyond the funeral. Maybe that was a choice of theirs. Maybe they just, wanted to make sure that you all had enough to bury them, and that was it. Or maybe that's all they could afford at that time. And if you realize once you have your coverage that you need more, you want to increase the death benefit amount, that can be done. That is something that can be done. So, I just want to briefly, post this and put this out there, like that over a million people. And like I said, some of these are, not within the last year, but there has been a very high increase of people getting life insurance in the last year because of COVID. Um, but these results are crazy. That's over a million people that should have had life insurance. And no matter what, you say to yourself, "Oh, I have all these health issues and everything. I just don't know, if I would be able to get it." And I'm like, "Yeah, you would. You would be able to get some type of coverage." So that's another one. This is Courtney from Scott Financial and Care. Peace.